Tony Chase here with episode 2 of my horse racing vlog. It's Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, and we've got action today at the racetracks that your friends have never heard of. Evangeline Downs, Penn National, Louisiana Downs, and more. Today's goal, win a few hundred and get out ASAP. Don't get greedy, in and out, let's go. First race of the day is a 6.5 furlong race at Parks, everyone's favorite Pennsylvania racetrack. I end up landing on the 5-horse Quick Return, who looks to be the favorite going into the gate. I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty weak race. I took the 5 since he has won at this distance at this track with this jockey just 3 races ago. A lot of these other horses seem to tire at shorter distances, 5, 5.5, 6 furlongs. So I eat some chalk here and throw $60 on the 5. In a moment of weakness, I follow it up with $40 on the 2, who looks to be the second chalk. It's the first bet of the day. You'd like to book a win, even if it is small. With $100 on the race, I can walk away with somewhere between $150 and $200. This one doesn't start great. We've got the 2 and 5, and they're both in the back of the pack. What you're looking for here is a fast pace. You'd like to see the first quarter of the race in less than 22 seconds. They do end up setting a 22-second flat early pace. Gives the 2 a snowball's chance on the outside, but ultimately he falls short and we take an L on the first bet of the day. I guess that's what I get for playing scared, taking 2 favorites and Parks claimers. We move on. After that loss at Parks, I notice it's near post time at Bangor Raceway. I don't know if I've ever bet Bangor Raceway in my life or if I'm even saying the name of the track correctly, but you can put me down for $75 here. The 4 is a 2 to 5 shot starting right behind the starter car. We're going to fade them. Let's take a gamble here with $50 on the outside horse, the 6, and do a small insurance play with $25 on the 2. So this one plays out all right here. The 2 takes advantage of that inside position and goes out for the early lead. The heavy chalk sits back in 4th to start but can never really get it in gear. Remember, I only had 25 on the 2, but win's a win. My main bet was the 6, who makes a run late, but ultimately can't pull it off. But it's okay. Like I said, a win's a win. So we win $57.50 there. We're down $42.50 on the day, and we are heading back to the black. The next race I go to is a little more serious. It's the 5th at Presque Isle Downs. It's a 6-horse field, 8 furlong claiming race on their famous synthetic surface. I pass on making a win bet, but do decide to box the 2, 4, and 6 in an exacta for $15 for a total price of $90. That's 6 different combinations for $15 each. I essentially dumped the 1 horse and the 5. The 1 was coming off of a 1+ year layoff and didn't have much synthetic experience. The 5 was also a turf horse from Tampa Bay Downs, switching to a new trainer. They had 1 workout at Presque Isle Downs, which was pretty bad, doing 4 furlongs in almost 50 seconds. So let's try to keep the momentum going after that small profit in the last race and cash 2 winners in a row. This race starts out well with the 2 and 4 taking the lead. The 6 is also in a decent spot, 4 wide. The 1 seems to get a little bit squeezed maybe and drops to the back. It is a 1-mile race, so you can't be too excited to see your horses up front early, but it all does depend on the pace, right? Thankfully, this race is not very fast, and we get a 25.11 quarter mile and a 49.37 half mile. Not super slow, but slow enough. We get a small price with the 4 taken first, and while we would have preferred the 6 and second, the 2 holds and gives us another nice small profit. The exacta pays $11.30 for just $1, and we've got 15 of them. This ticket cashes for $169.50, and we book a $79.50 profit. This means we are officially up on the day. It's not much, only about $40, but we're certainly gaining momentum. With 2 wins in a row under our belt, the confidence is definitely up. We're going to up the budget for this next play and fire $200 here at Parks. If we can hit, we'll be up a few hundred for the day and call it quits. Don't be greedy, right? Parks is one of the best tracks to be playing at this hour. They usually have mid-5 figures in their win pool and good field sizes too. I took a look at the form and also at AIHorsePicks.com, a website that I built that predicts races every day. My favorite play is the 4, who looks to be around 5 to 1 odds. I plunked down $100 hoping to win a purple chip, call it a day. I also take the 8 and 9 for $50 each. Their odds were around 10 to 1. With $200 on the race though, I do decide to put some insurance in. I make a backup 10-cent superfecta ticket. I throw all in first and my other horses in second, third, and fourth. It cost me $35.70, which I guess is a good hedge amount in case I lose a tough one. And this ended up being a pretty fun race. Remember, we've got the 4, the 8, and the 9. Simple win bets plus a mini backup superfecta. The 8 gives us some hope around the half-mile marker that we could be cashing for $500, $600. 4 is also making a nice move. We noticed the odds floated up from 9 to 2 all the way to 6 to 1 on the 4. Going into the home stretch here, I jump out of my chair, ready to do a mini D-Gen dance, but it actually doesn't pan out. The favorite, the 2, pokes through in the final 2 furlongs and runs away with it easy. Heartbreaking loss there. My $200 in win bets down the drain. But wait, we did have that backup superfecta. Funny enough, we hit it for 10 cents on a $35 ticket. Even with the chalk taken first, it ends up paying $259.64 for just a dime. We made a whole $23.94 on the race. More importantly though, we didn't lose. I guess insurance works, sometimes. Part of me wishes I just singled that chalk in first on my insurance ticket, but you can't play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. We take the small win and look for the next play. After that race, I fire back-to-back bets. First one at Louisiana Downs. I take a 7-2 shot, hoping they can upset the 1-2 favorite. Unfortunately, they take second, so be it. That win bet plus some small exactas result in a $145 loss. Puts me negative again for the day. I fast fire after Louisiana and take a little shot in the 10th race at Buffalo Raceway. Just $25 on 3 horses. That actually nets me a $27.50 profit, but I still am negative. The game is getting a little tiring at this point. Too much back and forth. I had some momentum, but it stalled out. I could be down a few hundred though. It is only $50. Let's take a deep breath, refocus. There's an actual decent race coming up at Horseshoe Indianapolis. 9-horse field, 8.5 furlongs on the turf. Maiden special. The 6 catches my eye, first of his name. Switching from dirt to turf, which the trainer didn't have a good history of doing so, but this was a $400,000 horse that ran all right on dirt, had some class, and the price looked right. In general, though, I thought the race was pretty wide open. A few first-time and second-time starters. So I end up throwing $50 to win on the 6. He's at 8 to 1 odds, and I also make a $1 trifecta ticket for $87. I put the 4, 9, and 10 in second over a few different prices, as well as all in third. My guess is in a maiden race like this, you could see a price upsetting one of the favorites, and maybe we could cash a $300 or $400 try ticket. So the race starts off. Not my favorite start. Our 6-horse is shuffled to last. It is a long race though. Can't count him out yet. About halfway through, he starts to make a nice move, threatening the 9 in the stretch. This could turn out real nice, something like a 6, 9, 7, or even a 7, 9, 6 trifecta. We just need someone to beat the chalk, preferably the 6. We're in the stretch run here, and you'd think the 6 is going to pass. But no, not today. Maybe the 7 can get up, still give us the try. Nope. 9 holds, 6 to 5 wins. We lose the try, we lose the win bet. We lost $137. After that loss at Horseshoe, I make 2 more plays. One at Presque Isle Downs, one at Penn National. 2 more losers, another $106 in horse racing tote donations, and we're 4 cents short of negative 300 on the day. Not what I signed up for. There's been a couple tough second place finishes though, and I still stay confident that I can get back on top. So we go to Louisiana Downs, and I put $50 on the outside horse, 7, Daddy Cinderella. She only ran once in her career. Honestly seemed to be a little overbet in a race like this. The trainer had some good percentages with maiden second starters though, so it ends up being my pick. You can see she breaks okay on the outside, ends up sitting in 4th place. After the first quarter, you don't see much of a kick. You start figuring it was a $50 loss. However, the half ends up around 46.90, and here she goes. 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Daddy Cinderella gets us a clean W. We profit a quick $125. After that nice little win at Louisiana Downs, it's back to Horseshoe Indianapolis for the 8th race. This is their last thoroughbred race of the day. Their next race is a quarter horse race with much smaller pools. So let's take a shot here. I see a 6-1 horse on the inside, Bolivet, trained by Brendan Walsh. I'm concerned about the 7 Jose Ortiz is riding, and Jose isn't an everyday Indiana rider. He may be here for a reason. Nevertheless, I throw 100 down on Bolivet, and I also take 50 on the 9 horse Uppercase. With 150 at stake, I put up $20 in exacta insurance as well, putting 5-7 in first and 2-9 in second. So the race breaks and our 2 sits towards the back. Nothing crazy exciting. You will notice most of the horses up front are prices. This gives me a little hope that the 2 can fly from the back, win the race. Towards the halfway marker, something did tell me that the 2 was loaded and ready to go. Seemed like he was just sitting comfortably on the rail, could explode as soon as the jockey asked. Sure enough, that's what happened. After 3/4 of a mile in 1:14, the 2 turns it on, swings real wide to go for the win. He floats up, gets a small challenge from the 8, but holds easy. Boom, we just got a $700 ticket to cash. This will put us up nice on the day. We got our few hundred in profit. Let's go. I look away from the stream for a minute, feeling good about my win, only to turn it back on and see the inquiry sign. I didn't notice a damn thing during the race. What are they even looking at? Eventually they show the replay. When the 2 went from the inside to the outside, he was a little aggressive. The 8, the second place finisher, also objected, so we've got to deal with an inquiry/objection. This could make or break my day. It seemed like that sign was up for 3 hours while I awaited a verdict. By some miracle, I hear "no change" from the announcer and get ready to collect. With a $710 payout, I profited $540 total on that one. Beautiful. Now I'm up $365. It should be quitting time. I said I just wanted a few hundred, and that's what I got, but that's not what I did. I burned $150 between 2 races at Louisiana Downs and Penn National, and I start to feel that regret. You know that feeling, thinking you should have walked away, you didn't, and now you're donating back? We've all been there. However, I still am up $210. I can't complain too much. Let's take one more shot here at Evangeline Downs. So we look at the form and we see this real heavy favorite. Used to run at Churchill and Keeneland, but he lost pretty bad at those tracks. 8 lengths, 14 lengths, 15 lengths. And this horse is 2-5 at Evangeline Downs on a sloppy Wednesday evening. This race has long shot written all over it. I end up putting $50 on the 2, 3, and 8. They're between 15 and 30-1. Give me one, I'll cash for at least $800. I place my $150 win bet, and the race goes off. The 2 and 3 break towards the back. The 8 gets an early 5th place. This 2-5 chalk is up front, looks to be in control. I guess there's a reason this horse was bet. We get halfway through the race and start to doubt our investment. But then something happens. The 2, who wasn't even visible on the screen, starts flying 4 wide. Eventually in the turn, even the announcer notices. He passes the 4 with ease, just needs to hold a few more yards for us to cash, and what do you know? He wins at 24-1 with the 2-5 shot stuck in second. We had 50 bones on this long shot, and I think we just cashed for over $1,200. And that's how this story ends. We finish up over $1,300 on a random Wednesday night in May, and I couldn't be happier. It doesn't always work out like this, but when it does, it's pretty sweet. I hope you enjoyed riding along. Be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the Tony Chase YouTube channel. See you next time.